What happens when the ground shakes beneath your feet or when fire explodes from a mountain? Which would you rather face? An earthquake that strikes without warning or a volcano that burns everything in its path? The Earth holds two of the most powerful forces ever known: earthquakes and volcanoes. These aren't just random natural events. They are the planet's way of showing its raw, unstoppable power. One hits silently but with deadly force. The other roars to life in flames and ash. Both can wipe out entire towns and change the world forever. In this video, we're going deep into nature's ultimate showdown: volcano versus earthquake. Which one causes more damage? Which one is deadlier? And which one is more likely to hit your city next? So buckle up, bright minds. Stick with us as we count down the top 10 reasons why volcanoes and earthquakes are the most dangerous disasters on Earth. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our awesome science battles. Gishaunta global frequency, the numbers game. Let's start with how often these disasters happen. Earthquakes are incredibly common. Over 500,000 occur around the world every single year. Out of those, about 100,000 are actually felt by people. Earthquakes can happen almost anywhere at any time. Some are tiny, others are huge. Volcanoes are way less frequent. Only around 50 to 70 volcanoes erupt each year, and only a few of them cause big damage. That means, if we're talking about how likely you are to experience one, earthquakes are much more common. More earthquakes mean more chances for damage around the world. So, in this round, earthquakes clearly take the lead. They hit more places, more often, and catch more people off guard. 9. The warning factor. Who gives you a heads up? Volcanoes might be scary, but they're not quiet. They usually give off signs before they blow. Things like smoke, small quakes, strange smells, and rising ground. Scientists use special tools to track these signs and warn people early. This gives families time to pack up and get away safely. Earthquakes, on the other hand, don't play fair. They strike without warning. 1 second everything's fine, and the next, the ground is shaking and buildings are falling. Even the best technology in the world can't predict when or where a big earthquake will hit. So if you're hoping for a warning before disaster strikes, volcanoes give you a chance to run. Earthquakes? Not so much. That makes earthquakes much more dangerous when it comes to sudden surprise. 8. The visual spectacle, the fear factor. When a volcano erupts, it looks like something out of a movie. You get fire shooting into the sky, rivers of red-hot lava, and thick black smoke rising into the clouds. It's beautiful, but also terrifying. People can see it from miles away and know something powerful is happening. Earthquakes don't look like anything. You feel them. The ground moves, walls shake, things fall. But unless you're in the middle of it, you don't really see the damage happening. It's all over in seconds, but it leaves a big mess behind. So in terms of looking scary, volcanoes win. They show off their power in the most dramatic way possible, and that can cause panic before the real damage even begins. 7. Destruction by fire or shock, the speed of devastation. Volcanoes are deadly, but they usually give you some time. Lava moves slowly, so people can often get away. But there are exceptions, like pyroclastic flows. These are super hot gas clouds that move at hundreds of miles per hour and burn everything instantly. If you're too close, there's no escape. Earthquakes, however, are like lightning strikes. They last just a few seconds, but in that time, entire buildings can fall. Roads crack open, power lines snap, and cities are thrown into chaos. It's fast, furious, and terrifying. That speed makes earthquakes especially dangerous. While lava burns, earthquakes crush. And they do it before you even know what's happening. 6. Environmental impact, changing the planet. Volcanoes don't just destroy cities, they can actually change the world. When a supervolcano like Mount Tambora erupted in 1815, it caused the year without a summer. Crops failed, temperatures dropped, and people went hungry across the world. Even smaller volcanoes like Mount Pinatubo in 1991 cooled Earth's temperature by over 1 degree Fahrenheit for 2 years. The ash and gases they release block sunlight and poison the air, affecting health, farming, and the climate. Earthquakes usually destroy local areas but don't affect the whole planet. So when it comes to environmental damage, volcanoes have the bigger long-term impact. 5. Chain reaction. Disasters, more than just one punch. Some disasters don't come alone. Big earthquakes can trigger fires, landslides, dam breaks, and even massive tsunamis. One example is the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake, which caused a tsunami that killed over 230,000 people across many countries. Volcanoes can also cause deadly chain reactions. When a volcano erupts near ice or water, it can trigger huge mudslides called lahars. These move fast and bury everything, but overall, earthquakes have caused more deadly combinations, often causing 3 or 4 types of destruction at once. So, when it comes to chain reactions, earthquakes are the king of chaos. 4. Structural damage. Cities crushed or buried. Earthquakes are famous for destroying cities. In places like Haiti, 2010, and San Francisco, 1906, they caused billions of dollars in damage. Buildings collapse like toy blocks. Roads and bridges split apart. Water and power go out for days or even weeks. Volcanoes also destroy buildings, usually by burying them in lava or ash. Towns like Pompeii were frozen in time by volcanic eruptions. But volcanoes usually affect a smaller area, unless they are truly massive, because earthquakes can damage so much so quickly across entire cities or regions. They take this round. 3rd historical impact. Changing civilizations. Volcanoes have left a major mark on history. Ancient cities like Pompeii disappeared overnight. The eruption of Krakatoa in 1883 was so loud it was heard over 3,000 miles away. These events changed trade routes, weather patterns, and even inspired art and legends. But earthquakes have also shaped human history. The 2010 Haiti earthquake changed the future of an entire country. The 1976 Tangshan quake in China killed over 240,000 people. These disasters often force governments to rebuild from scratch. Both have changed civilizations forever, but volcanoes tend to create deeper scars in global memory. 2. Survivability. Can you escape? If a volcano is about to erupt, scientists often give early warnings. That means people can evacuate and save their lives. Even if homes are destroyed, lives can be spared with fast action. Earthquakes don't give that chance. They hit with no warning. You may not even have time to move before a wall collapses. That's why earthquake death tolls are often so high. People simply can't react in time. So when it comes to surviving the disaster, volcanoes give you better odds, but earthquakes are much more dangerous for your life. 1. Final verdict. The most devastating force. So here we are. Earthquakes happen more often, cause surprise destruction, trigger chain disasters, and destroy large cities in seconds. They leave no time to run and no room to hide. Volcanoes, on the other hand, are rarer. But when they erupt, they can change the world, cooling the climate, burying towns, and writing history in fire. In the end, earthquakes are more common and deadlier in most cases, while volcanoes are more dramatic and planet-changing. If we had to choose one winner in terms of overall destruction, it's earthquakes by a shaking landslide. Earthquakes and volcanoes are 2 of the Earth's strongest forces. One breaks the ground with violent shaking. The other erupts with fire and ash. They may be different, but they both remind us how powerful our planet truly is. Whether it's a fiery mountain or a sudden jolt, these disasters can destroy cities, change weather, and reshape entire regions. It's important to learn about them, respect their power, and be prepared for the unexpected. The more we understand, the safer we become. So what do you think? Are earthquakes more dangerous, or are volcanoes the real monsters? Drop your answer in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to Bright Mind Station, and share this video with friends who love science and nature. Stay curious, stay smart, and stay bright.